Dear students, how are you all? I wish always be well. Okay, so shall we start today's video? Okay, so be ready with your pen and copy and let's start it. So in last video what we have discussed about Newton's second law of motion and also about momentum, and also we have derived formula force equals to mass time acceleration, and also we have learned about some natural phenomena. Okay, now in today's video we will learn how to solve numericals based on Newton's second law of motion. Okay, so before that, little explanation I will give for the Newton's second law of motion, but I would suggest that you need to learn first the last video. Okay, so I am explaining it. So according to Newton's second law of motion, rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to external force applied. So after this we found P2, this term, as P2 minus P1 in last video, divided by T, that is proportional to F. So we can write it F proportional to P2 minus P1 upon T. Oh, I have changed only this one. So now F equals to, I have told about it, that how we can remove this proportion sign. When we remove this proportion sign, we write equals to, and with a constant K, then P2 minus P1, it's a P1 upon T. By experiment it was found K equals to 1. So what we found, the formula for force equals to P2 minus P1 upon T. So this one formula is this one. Now F equals to, we know P2 is final momentum, so it is mv minus mu upon T, that is equals to m common v minus u upon T. So that is what? Acceleration. So force equals to mass time acceleration. Up to here we have derived in last video. Now we will use these two formula in numerical. Okay, and also we will use three equation of motion I have explained in first or second video maybe. So that also you will learn, because I will utilize those formulas also in these questions. Okay, so I am removing it. You can pause it and write. Now I am going to write one question based on from your book related to this topic. One question is, force acts on an object of mass, I know my writing is very poor, 4 kg and changes its velocity from 10 meter per second to 20 meter per second in 5 seconds. पेरेंट्स देख रहे होते तो धीरे धीरे स्कूटी चलाते हैं, और जब पेरेंट्स नहीं देख रहे होते हैं तो बस उड़ाओ, है ना. Find like that velocity you just increases you while moving scooty. Huh? Find the magnitude of force. Find the magnitude of force. ठीक है, force of parents, है ना, pressure of parents. स्कूटी धीरे चलाओ. Okay, so in question what is given that object is of mass 4 kg. So its mass is 4 kg, and what else is given? Its initial velocity. It started from velocity 10 meter per second. Means initial velocity is how much? 10 meter per second. And finally what is the velocity? 20 meter per second. So the final velocity is 20 meter per second. And the time is given 5 seconds. Means in interval of 5 seconds, how much velocity changes and what is the mass and what is the force we need to find. So force equals to, you know, mass time acceleration, you know. Okay, so mass we are knowing about. See, in the first of all I'll write what are the terms given in question. So terms mass m is given 4 kg, velocity u equals, initial velocity u equals to 10 meter per second, and final velocity v is equals to 20 meter per second, and the time t equals to 5 seconds. Okay, so how will solve? So find force equals to what? Mass time acceleration. Okay, so you know mass equals to mass into acceleration equals to what? Acceleration equals to, you know, v minus u upon t. Okay, v minus u upon t. So you can write, and why I have used this v minus u upon t? Because in question acceleration is not given. Now you need to find acceleration. So for that you can separately also find. अरे अलग से भी निकाल लो, और अगर नहीं निकालना है तो डायरेक्टली फॉर्मूला, अगर अच्छे इंटेलिजेंट हो तो सीधे बस डायरेक्टली फॉर्मूला रखो एक्सेलरेशन का एंड यू कैन फाइंड द आंसर. ओके, सो मास इनटू एक्स, व्हाट इज द वैल्यू ऑफ, अच्छा ठीक है चलो तुम्हारी मर्जी, एक्सेलरेशन पहले. ओके, so acceleration equals to, you know, by the first chapter, in first chapter, by the first equation of motion, you know, v minus u upon t. Acceleration equals to what? V minus u by t. So v is how much? V is 20 minus u is 10 divided by time is 5. So what you got? 10 upon 5, that is 2. So acceleration is 2 meter per second square. Okay, so acceleration you found. Now force equals to what? Mass into acceleration, that is mass is given 4 kg. So 4 into acceleration is 2 meter per second square. So answer is 8 Newton. What is the unit of force? I have explained in last video. Force equals to 8 Newton. Okay, so Newton is the unit of force. So you will write. Now next question, I am writing a force of 50 Newton acts on a stationary body of mass 10 kg for 2 seconds. Find the acceleration. Find the acceleration produced in the body and velocity attained by it, and the velocity attained by it. So this is the question. Let us solve it. चलो करते हैं. So in the question given, a force of 50 Newton. So force is 50 Newton. Okay. Acts on a stationary body. Acts on a stationary body means what? Body was in rest. In starting, body was in rest. So U equals to 0. Okay. And mass of 10 kg. देखो पहला चैप्टर अच्छे से पढ़े हो तो ये अच्छे से समझ में आ रहा होगा. Okay. So mass is 10 kg and time is 2 seconds. Okay, so time is also given. Find the acceleration produced in the body and velocity attained by the body. So in question asks, what is the final velocity v? Means finally what the velocity is attained by the object. Okay, so v कितना है वो हमको find कर रहे हैं, and what else? Acceleration is equals to what? So first of all, we will find acceleration. So you know force equals to mass time acceleration. Okay, so from here acceleration equals to what? Force upon mass. Okay, so from here you can solve, you can find out the value 50 upon, how much mass is, how much? 10 kg. So acceleration is 5 meter per second square. So you found the acceleration. Okay, now you will use first equation of motion. By using first equation of motion you can find out V. See, you know, that's why I told you about when we were learning about the first chapter. तो तुमको बोला था ना मैंने कि you should learn all these three equations because these are very important and you will utilize it in all chapters. So V equals to, you know, U plus AT. The first equation, V equals to U plus AT. So you, what is V? You will find out. And what is U? U is 0 plus A is 5 into time is 2 seconds. So T. So V equals to how much? 10 meter per second. So velocity you found, V equals to 10 meter per second. So up to here I think you have solved. You will your homework is your NCERT questions. Okay, you will solve and you will ask questions in comment also, in live class also. Now I am going to write another question. Okay, some different type of questions I'll take. This question I'm writing here. One more question. A truck starts from rest and rolls down a hill with a constant acceleration. It travels a distance of 400 meter in 20 seconds. Find its acceleration. Find the force act on it. Find the force act on it. Mass is given 1 ton. Okay. In question only given mass of truck equals to 1 ton. In the question only it is given. So let's solve it. 1 minute. Wait. So how you will solve? Mass, what is given in question? Mass equals to 1 ton. That is what? That is equals to 1000 kg. Okay. And time t equals to 20 second. Time t equals to 20 second. And start from rest. Starts from rest means what? Its initial velocity is 0. Okay. So u equals to 0. If any body is stationary or in rest in starting, now initially if it was in rest or stationary, then what you will understand by that question? कि वो बॉडी शुरू में कैसा था, रेस्ट में था, मतलब कि उसकी जो इनिशियल वेलोसिटी थी वो क्या थी, 0 थी. ओके, सो u इक्वल्स टू 0. कोई भी क्वेश्चन में अगर स्टेशनरी लिखा हुआ है, इट मीन्स कि इट्स इनिशियल वेलोसिटी वाज 0. ओके, सो u इक्वल्स टू 0 गिवन, and this one is 20, mass is given, and displacement somewhere distance of 400 meter. So distance s equals to 400 meter given. Now how you will find out the value of acceleration? So see, we don't know that in force formula only mass and acceleration is given, so you can't use this formula. So what I told you, 3 equation of motions are always useful. So we will utilize s is given, t, u. So which one formula you will use? Second one. So s equals to ut plus half at square. ये कैसे समझते हैं हम कि कौन सा फॉर्मूला यूज करना है 3 इक्वेशन में से कौन सा वाला, ये मैंने सेकेंड वीडियो में समझाया है. ठीक है, कैसे समझते हैं कि कौन सा फॉर्मूला हमको यहाँ पे यूज करना है. ओके, सो s इक्वल्स टू ut प्लस हाफ at स्क्वायर. नाउ s इज 400 and u equals to how much? 0 into t 20 plus half a is unknown quantity and t square means 20 square. Okay, now this term is 0, so 400 equals to 1 by 2 into 20 into 20 what? 400. Okay, so 400, 20 square of 20 equals to what? 20 into 20, that is 400 into a. So you will multiply it. So 400 into cross multiplication 2 and this 400 will come in divide. Math तो इतना समझते ही होगे तुम लोग. a equals to this 400 cancel. So acceleration equals to how much? You got 2 meter per second square. Always write unit. Now you have found, then you can solve it. You can find force. अब तो सिर्फ easy है ना, फॉर्मूले में रख देना. force equals to what? Force equals to mass time acceleration. Force equals to mass time acceleration, and mass is how much? Mass is 1 ton, that is 1000 kg. So 1000 into acceleration is 2. So now the force is of 2000 Newton. So force is 2000 Newton. Okay, so this is the last answer. So now for today, this is enough for today. I think you will solve questions from NCERT, all the questions from NCERT. Don't leave any question and solve all questions. In any question if you have doubt, you can ask from me. Okay, and learn properly, क्योंकि ये सारी चीजें तुम्हें अब हर क्लास में काम आएंगी. ठीक है, फिजिक्स को बोरिंग ना समझो, इसको इंटरेस्ट के साथ पढ़ो. सो इट इज वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग. एंड इन नेक्स्ट वीडियो वी विल डिस्कस अबाउट द न्यूटन्स थर्ड लॉ ऑफ मोशन एंड ऑल्सो अबाउट सम फैक्ट कि कैसे कोई भी पर्सन क्यों फुटबॉल को किक करते हैं फॉर द वेरी शॉर्ट इंटरवल ऑफ टाइम, दैट इज इम्पल्स एक्चुअली. तो इम्पल्स के बारे में हम डिस्कस करेंगे एंड ऑल्सो अबाउट द थर्ड लॉ ऑफ मोशन. तो उसमें हमें समझ में आएगा क्यों हम फुटबॉल को बहुत शॉर्ट इंटरवल के लिए किक करते हैं. वाई द कॉन्टेक्ट ऑफ बैट एंड बॉल इज फॉर वेरी शॉर्ट टाइम इंटरवल. ठीक है, बहुत थोड़े टाइम के लिए हम क्यों कॉन्टेक्ट में लाते हैं. तो ये सारी चीजें हम डिस्कस करेंगे इन नेक्स्ट वीडियो. सो फॉर दिस वीडियो दैट्स एनफ. थैंक यू. अच्छे से पढ़ाई करते रहो. टेक केयर ऑल ऑफ यू. बाय बाय.